G'day, guys. It's Benno here from Awaken The Hate, and I'm here with my good mate
Steve.
on guitars. We are Awaken The Hate, and we are getting ready to release The Monster in the Mirror.
Beautiful. Ben, Steve, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us, mate. You're a bloody legend.
My pleasure. So, as you say, Awaken the Hate are premiering your debut single, Monsters in the Mirror, by Heavy this Friday, January the 12th. So, tell us a bit more about the song from a musical point of view and what you're going for with it.
Well, we're all, of that ilk where groove metal, the Panteras, that sort of 90s stuff was where our bread and butter was. And I think what we've really found an essence of in Awaken the Hate is trying to modernize that a little bit. The music to me has got groove. It makes you want to move. And I like to think that there's also the melodies and the vox there have got a bit of a hook to it and makes you want to sing along. So that was our goal. I want to play in front of people that want to sing the songs back to us and bang their heads hard.
Yeah. And lyrically, it goes into deep and serious territory as well. So elaborate a bit more what the song's actually about.
Well, for me, particularly these first two, they really tackle things like addiction, depression, anxiety. Steve actually wrote the lyrics for these ones. These are Awaken the Hate has been his baby for the last 8 years, and we've sort of joined here in the end, and I guess Steve can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, the songs are just from general experience, not personal experience, not myself, but people I've known and people I've dealt with over the years, and friends' struggles and family struggles and that sort of thing. So I sort of wanted to tell a story, not just write a song about made up bullshit.
For me particularly, like where Monster in the Mirror feels like it's a tackling drug addiction. For me, it's a song that tackles addiction in general, whether that be drug, alcohol, gambling. And it really is about that internal battle. And it's about awakening something inside you and go, hey, man, you can get yourself out of this. And I think one of the things that I brought to this with the chorus in particular is if you have a listen to the last line in every chorus, it's, man, you're losing the battle. By the middle of the song, you're managing to have a fight, and by the end of the song, you're starting to get on top. And I think that's important for everybody out there to go. It's not, you're not going to win in addiction in one fight, but if you keep fighting, eventually you'll start to turn. And I think if we can awaken what's inside of us and actually use some of those internal voices for positivity rather than negativity, you can start to win the internal fight and eventually win the battle.
Very, very cool. Now, this is your debut song for Awaken the Hate. So why choose this particular song to introduce the band and your music to the world?
I think we recorded this with Peter Muldoon from Peter Muldoon Music. People may remember Peter from Pavilion. He's just recently released the track with December's Deadline that I think Heavy did the release for that as well. We sent all 5 of the current live set to Peter, and Monster in the Mirror was one that he felt he could work with us the best. So we sort of took his guidance on that one. Fortunately, with the B-side, Fight in the Mirror, Fight or Die, both of those songs are about the eternal fight. So for us, for me particularly, I was like, these two songs work well together as an A and a B-side, a really strong, hard-hitting A-side in Monster, and then a bit more mellow and that really nice massive guitar lead break and Fight that really complements each other. So this was the first songs were about the internal fight. The next songs that you'll hear over the next 6 to 8 months, they're a bit more on a global scale. So Awaken the Hate for me is about awakening that internal hate and fighting some of those internal demons, or whether they be global demons such as globalization, global warming, war, famine, actually trying to use heavy music to describe some of these world issues that we're fighting against. You take Gojira, for example, they're like a brutally heavy band talking about some massive environmental issues. I don't think that every heavy band needs to be talking about goblins and gleamans or doom and gloom, and we can actually talk about some things that are important. And I would like to hope over the next 12 months we can present a bit of that to the world.
Oh. So these two songs that you're releasing, would you say that they're a good sonic representation of what to expect from Awaken the Hate moving forward, or are they just a taste?
Definitely just a taste. The next track is a lot more sludgy, gloomy, which will be coming out hopefully in the next 3 to 4 months. What we're really hoping to do over the next 6 to 8 months is, particularly with Ed, our lead guitarist, is really explore his abilities on the guitar. You hear them briefly in Fight or Die. He really has some skills. So I'm really hoping that we're using this as a base. Like groove metal, traditional heavy metal is definitely what we're trying to present in a modern way, but definitely wanting to move that forward and try and add some more modern guitar elements to that. I don't know, Steve, what do you
get more technical and hopefully heavier. Just not stay stagnant and play the same shit all the time. Just make everything that we write and stuff that we're writing now as well progress, I guess, and evolve.
Yeah.
So it's not the same stuff every time.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
definitely needs to be crowd engaging, you know?
So, Benno, you're a qualified and well-known sound engineer on the local music scene, bro. So do you mix all of the band's music as well?
No, actually. I prefer to trust someone else, particularly with tracks that I'm doing. Well, so I'm a live engineer. I like to mix live. I don't like to sit in the studio. And some of those studio guys, they've got a lot more patience than me to sit there and correct things. I look at stuff, and if there's a mistake happens or whatever, it's in the past. You're moving on. As a live sound engineer, you're reading the audience, you're reading the band, and you're playing to, like, mixing to a moment. I also feel that you need that additional outside input for me. I also don't like mixing engineers to master their own work. Yeah. A lot of guys will mix and master. I will never do that. I think that
you're too close to
you lose something when you start to master your own work. And I feel like you lose something when you mix your own work too. Having that external influence, it's another voice, it's another opinion. It's also, other people will pick up your mistakes quicker than you will sometimes, because you've just done it so many times. You end up hearing your own mistakes, where other people can go, hey, why don't we go back and have a look at that? Or have you considered this? Sometimes, especially when you're playing the songs we rehearse weekly. We're rehearsing these songs weekly. We're getting out on the market now, gigging, so they're getting played a lot. You need that external influence to get someone to be able to say, hey, consider this.
You're probably one of the only people I've asked that question to that's given me an honest and straightforward answer. Like, what you said is exactly what I've always felt like myself when it comes to bands mixing and doing all their own shit. But every band I've asked about it, they're like, nah, we can separate ourselves easy from it. But what you said is pretty much exactly the way I've thought about it the whole time.
Oh, dude, I've been in and around this for over 25 years now, as you know. Guys can do it, but the external influence is massive. Like, you're not seeing the biggest acts in the world mix themselves, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, to date, you've only played the 3 live shows, with the most recent being at Brewfest a couple of weeks ago. So describe a typical Awaken the Hate live show for us.
Just say that.
Not without comedy at the moment. There's still a lot of teething processes. We've got myself, who's been doing this a long time. We've got Jamie Seckold at the moment on the bass, who again has been doing this a long time. So stage performance for the pair of us is pretty solid. I feel our gear, like, we're rocking. Zane, our drummer, this is literally, he's done 3 shows.
Oh, wow.
So every time he's improving, and it's been fantastic to watch the kid evolve. Confidence is a big thing, so we're watching confidence grow. We're still having technical issues, which I'm currently trying to sort out, which has been fun to date.
No wardrobe issues.
No wardrobe issues. Yeah. No knit slips. Look, it's been fun. I really feel like that most recent brew show at the back room was a solid performance. I felt comfortable. I think the boys felt comfortable. We definitely felt like we grabbed the crowd by the balls. I noticed that a lot of people left the smoking area and came inside, which felt great. It actually felt great to be playing in front of some people. Looking forward to the upcoming shows. We've got 3 upcoming shows. January 19th, the Brizzy Bash at the new Stranded Bar.
Yeah.
We've got Distortion coming up from Melbourne with a lot of other fun bands in Brisbane. Then we're off to Nambour, 2nd of February, Namcore, which is going to be fun. And then we've got our official single launch show actually at the Rick's backyard, the old Rick's in the Valley. Everyone that's an old school will remember Rick's, which is going to be a free show. And we're actually doing that with Ancient Remains, who are having a single release on the same night as well. So,
and the BENNO band.
Oh, the BENNO band. Yeah, my old grunge band's going to open up. That'll be hilarious.
What date's that one?
That's the 9th of February. Friday night, free entry. Look, it's going to be a heap of fun, that show.
7 p.m.
6:30.
Something like that.
Something like that.
No,
That'll be fun. The Grades boys are playing there on the 19th as well, which is the same night as our other show. It's good to see that metal is actually making it into Rick's. I haven't seen metal at Rick's since the backyard opened, so this is going to be fun. It's really going to be good to see an indie venue get taken over by metal.
Fuck yeah, mate. Should be more of it.
There will be.
What's the plans next for Awaken The Hate then, guys? Like, we pretty much laid out the next couple of months, but have you got a long-term plan and long-term goal, or we're just putting out singles and seeing how they go?
Well, we're heading back in the studio very, very shortly to get the next one ready to rock and roll. We've got a few more shows to announce that will be being announced after this run of shows. Then hopefully the second half of the year, we're trying to leave the country, head over to Europe. We're putting that into place now. I'm not here to muck around anymore. I feel like Australia and Australian bands have a lot to offer. So we need to get our bums overseas and show them internationals what we can do. They want to come over here, so why can't we go over there? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't have to be a big band to do it. Just do it. Just Nike it.
All right, boys. Well, thanks for your time. It's been a pleasure. The debut single, Monster in the Mirror, is premiered and heavy at 7 a.m. Queensland time this Friday. So we look forward to hearing that, boys. And in the meantime, we'll catch you at a pub or a bar very soon.
We don't drink, mate.
Oh, well, I'll fucking drink for you, mate. I don't give a shit.